The new player experience sucks in Warframe. Let's get it. Okay, so the new player experience kind of sucks. It's better than what it used to be, but it still sucks. So you start the game up, watch a cutscene, choose Warframe, and start playing.
Defend yourself.
Not bad start. Along the progression line, we have the rail of progression in Warframe called junctions. These junctions keep the player on track and give them a to-do list of stuff they need to do in order to get to the next planet. And for completing these junctions, you are rewarded with mods that enhance your equipment. Problem: leveling sucks! So, this game is a slow burn in every possible way. And as a free-to-play game, you will feel that throughout the entire experience, no matter how good the game is. Leveling a Warframe takes a little bit. Not too much, but compared to the weapons, it takes way too long. The average player that progresses naturally will have to spend a few days before expecting to use a new weapon. The Mark 1 weapons you receive are good, but they also take forever to level. And, in turn, to upgrade when starting out as a new player, this can slowly tear out the player, especially when using the mod system, which we'll get to later. Leveling Part 2. Leveling weapons in Warframe is a 0 to 30 process, in which you kill enemies, do objectives, or simply be in the radius of teammates to receive XP, or respectively, affinity. In order to level up weapons, there are the main ways of receiving affinity to level up a weapon, and they are slow as hell. Actual complaining. Simply killing enemies is fun and gives affinity, as it should. But in order to even level up a weapon to near max, you need to kill a large army of grunts and a few specialists. Or straight up kill the harder units, and 9 times out of 10, your weapon will not accomplish this. The starting planet Earth will not grant enough affinity to get a weapon to 30. Mars, your next planet, will not get it to 30. Neither Venus will, because those planets are so underleveled, the affinity amount is near negligible. Not to mention, your weapons do not have the capabilities to kill everything worth past killing. So now we have to rely on the objective XP, which is a different problem. And why is that, you might ask? Because weapons level up differently for the Warframe and when you have multiple things that need XP. It's like taking a snail taxi traveling through molasses. The affinity rate in its simplest form, and layman's terms, with no numbers, mind you, is Warframe first, weapons last, and the XP is split between those weapons. But the one currently in use gains the most. That's why, later on, it's 10 times easier to level up one weapon at a time than it is to bring a full new set. And did I also mention the mod system? Because guess what? You need your weapon to be at a certain level to equip those mods. There's a lot more to it, but to put it all simply, you need a weapon at level 10 to put on a mod that costs 10 points. To be fair, there are things called polarity, and if you match the polarity, i.e. play the matching symbols, it cuts the cost in half. However, you'd soon realize that it's not the case for starter weapons, which deal significantly low damage. Just everything about this situation ruins the new player experience, and it destroys the very bases that you need to learn how to mod a weapon in order to fully enjoy and play the game. More complaining. Not related, somewhat. I've been playing this game for a while, and the worst thing I could say about the game is leveling weapons sucks. Regardless of who you are, you will feel this pain, and if you're not being carried to a special location, which we all know what that is for any veterans out there, exclusively used to level up weapons, it sucks. If you don't have an affinity booster, which increases affinity by 2 times the amount for the new guys, it sucks. If you don't have an overpowered friend to help you, it sucks. All of these stack on horribly, and it's not known to the new players until they're 20 hours in, and they notice they haven't progressed that far at all. Some of you will come back and say, it's a free-to-play game. Duh. And my rebuttal is, if I've got to experience the worst at the front end, what makes you think I want to continue to the back end? At the very least, give me some rose-colored glasses at the start so I can enjoy the game, and not to mention, so I can play with the several base weapons of the game, which sucks compared to the primes. You know, the main point of the game? The thing everyone plays for? Point is, let me get this base stuff out of the way, so I won't have to go back and suffer later. Albeit maybe easier, but tedious. Banter. Leveling's a huge pain in the neck to get to the good part. Necessary evil, but this is artificial in every sense of the way possible. And because this is a game, it shouldn't feel like a job to level up crappy weapons, or a huge task just to make them usable. There are many aspects of the game that can remedy this, but this either costs money or way too much time. This is to be expected for the free-to-play game, but it doesn't mean I can't complain that this is a slow progression and that this hurts the enjoyment of the game. It just sucks. More complaining. Space friends. I'll make this really short. If you have friends, this game is amazing. And not that bad. If you don't, well, tough luck, buddy. If you play solo and are very stubborn, all power to you. But in the end, you'll probably want friends to speed up the process. I personally wouldn't do it for starting experience due to how much you miss and need to know. But it's your choice. Moving on. I'm not saying you can't enjoy this game at all. I'm saying it's gonna be a while before you really start getting into the game. And I haven't even covered a significant portion of it. The problem today is the new player experience, leveling up weapons, and that's a huge part of the game on a day-to-day basis. It's a simple problem, but it's a big problem. There are a few things you can do that make the experience better, but as it stands, this is a run-of-the-mill kind of situation. But try not to let this dig into you. There's still plenty of the game to enjoy, and this is mainly talk about the new player experience. So please, enjoy the game. For future videos like these, I plan on releasing on the weekends, preferably around noon PST. And for regular gaming videos, they will be released whenever. Until then, that's how video releases will be until further notice. This is your host, Nero Oxidus, and I hope to catch you next time. Like, share, and subscribe, ring the bell, and I'll catch you around.